Hello there, and welcome to Boring History for Sleep. Tonight, we drift back thousands of years, to the golden sands and timeless monuments of ancient Egypt, a world of beauty, mystery, and unimaginable power. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and let me know in the comments where in the world you're listening from tonight. Now, dim the lights, get comfortable, and let's travel together to the age of the pharaohs, divine rulers who lived as gods on earth, but whose lives were far darker than their shining crowns suggest. The Eternal Kingdom. Imagine the year is 1500 BCE. The Nile River glitters under a rising sun. Golden deserts stretch endlessly, and beyond them, mighty temples and pyramids pierce a brilliant blue sky. Egypt was one of humanity's first great civilizations, lasting more than 3,000 years. At its heart flowed the Nile, a river so vital that the Egyptians believed it was a gift from the gods themselves. Each year, its floods renewed the land, feeding crops and creating a rhythm of life that would sustain an empire. From about 3100 BCE onward, pharaohs ruled this land as living gods, descendants of Horus, son of the sun god Ra. They commanded armies, built cities, and maintained Ma'at, the sacred balance between chaos and order. But the more divine their titles became, the more isolated and paranoid they grew. A day in the life of a god-king. Soft ambient sound, birds, footsteps, faint music, asterisk. Dawn breaks over the palace at Thebes. Servants move quietly through long marble halls, carrying trays of bread, figs, and honeyed wine. The pharaoh wakes to songs played by blind musicians. His body servants shave him clean of every hair, a ritual against impurity. They line his eyes with black coal and green malachite, symbols of protection and divinity. Dressed in gold and linen, crowned with a cobra-shaped diadem, the living god begins his daily rituals. He offers incense to Ra, Osiris, and Isis, whispering prayers to keep the heavens in balance. Later, seated upon a golden throne, he listens to petitions, issues decrees, and plans temple constructions. Every gesture is ceremonial. Every word, divine law. Yet behind this calm surface lies fear. The pharaoh must never step into a temple with his left foot first. He must never allow his shadow to fall across a statue of a god. One mistake could bring curses or rebellion. For the pharaoh, life itself is a ritual, and every ritual guards him from chaos. Royal blood and dangerous love. Low, mysterious tone. Inside the royal palace, the struggle for power is constant. To keep the bloodline pure, pharaohs often married their own sisters, sometimes even daughters. It was believed that divine blood should never mix with that of ordinary mortals. But these incestuous unions created not just heirs, but jealousy, illness, and endless intrigue. Queens plotted in the shadows. Priests whispered prophecies. Brothers betrayed brothers. Take Hatshepsut, the woman who dared to rule as pharaoh in her own right. At first, she was regent for her young stepson, but slowly, she took the throne, wearing the false beard of kingship and ruling Egypt for over 20 years. Her reign was prosperous, yet after her death, Her name was chiseled off monuments by those who feared her legacy. Then there was Akhenaten, the heretic king. He defied tradition by worshipping only one god, Aten, the sun disk, and outlawed all others. He built a new capital in the desert, declared himself the sole voice of the divine, and plunged Egypt into chaos. After his death, his name too was erased, his dream buried in the sands. The obsession with death. Soft wind, deep drums fade in. No civilization has ever been more obsessed with death, or what comes after it, than ancient Egypt. To them, death was not an end, but a transformation. The pharaoh's greatest duty was to prepare for eternity. Vast tombs were carved into cliff sides and filled with food, jewelry, statues, and spells to guide the king's soul through the afterlife. But in the earliest dynasties, the preparations were horrifying. When a pharaoh died, his servants, guards, and even pets were killed, buried alive to serve him forever. Archaeologists have uncovered these retainer sacrifices, dozens of bodies surrounding the royal tombs of Abydos and Saqqara. Thankfully, the practice faded over time, replaced by symbolic statues and painted servants on tomb walls. Yet the idea remained. The pharaoh's journey to the next world required others' devotion, even in death. Legacy in stone. Gentle reverb, sound of chisels and distant chanting. Over centuries, pharaohs left their mark in ways that still defy imagination. The Great Pyramid of Giza, built for Pharaoh Khufu, used more than 2 million limestone blocks, each weighing several tons. It was not merely a tomb, it was a machine for eternity. Pharaoh Ramses II, known as Ramses the Great, carved his face into cliffs, built colossal temples, and fathered over 100 children. He wanted his name to live forever, and in a way, it has. Even the mysterious Cleopatra VII, the last pharaoh, used beauty, intellect, and cunning to rule Egypt and entangle herself with Rome's most powerful men, Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. Her reign ended not just a dynasty, but an era 3,000 years in the making. The Boy King and Modern Discoveries. Soft strings and heartbeat sound. In 1922, British archaeologist Howard Carter uncovered a hidden tomb in the Valley of the Kings, perfectly sealed for over 3,000 years. Inside lay Tutankhamun, the Boy King. His golden mask became an icon of ancient Egypt, his treasures a time capsule of royal life. Modern science has since revealed a tragic truth. Tut suffered from severe genetic disorders, the price of generations of royal inbreeding. He walked with a cane, battled malaria, and died before turning 20. His short life was one of privilege, isolation, and frailty, a reflection of the empire itself in its final centuries. The Pharaoh's eternal shadow. Softly fading instrumental, gentle desert wind returns. Today, the monuments of Egypt still stand against time, silent, yet speaking to us across millennia. Their builders are long gone, their names forgotten, but the pharaohs they honored remain immortal. They ruled as gods, lived in unimaginable splendor, and built monuments that touched the sky, yet they feared death as deeply as any human ever has. Their story is one of light and shadow, of divine dreams and mortal flaws. A reminder that even the most powerful among us cannot escape the pull of time, or the longing for eternity. Soft closing music, harp and night sounds. So as you close your eyes tonight, imagine the calm ripple of the Nile beneath a golden moon. And let the whispers of ancient Egypt carry you gently into sleep.